Right, I made some muffins and I wanted a gooey chocolate centre. So that is what I done, and I'm going to show you exactly how I made them. So you're going to need self-raising flour, and you're going to weigh out 180 grams. And then you're going to set the scales to 0. You're going to need some cocoa powder and weigh 40 grams. Then you're going to weigh out 180 grams of caster sugar. Now, either by hand or with your stand mixer, just mix the dry ingredients together. Doesn't have to be long, but just give it a mix together. Then you're going to need 2 medium eggs. So just add them to your mix. And then you're going to add 120 grams of milk. Set the scales to 0 and add 110 grams of olive oil or vegetable oil. Now, if you use a stand mixer to do this, just lightly mix it. Do not turn it up too high. Once it's mixed together, you're going to need to make a little cup of coffee. You want it to be exactly 120 grams. And then just pour it in as it is mixing. Now, because you've added the coffee, the mixture will go very runny like this. But that is absolutely normal. And you want to bake these in the oven at 160 for 25 minutes or around 28 minutes. Now, when you stick your skewer or knife in to check that they're cooked, you might notice that the skewer is not completely clean. But after about 28 minutes, they will definitely be cooked. These muffins do stay more moist, so that is completely normal. I'm going to show you a way that you can check they are cooked. So just lightly push on top of the muffins and they should bounce back up straight away, and that's how you'll know. Once they're ready, weigh out 40 millilitres of milk. Now you want to heat this up slowly until it is hot. Get some dark chocolate and milk chocolate and weigh out 30 grams of each one. And then just chop this up very little, just like this. Tip it into the hot milk. Give it a good mix together. And then with a knife, just cut the middle of your muffin out. And then for this part, you can either use a piping bag or a little jug, and just tip your gooey chocolate into the middle of the muffin. The muffins have completely cooled down. Just reheat them back up slightly and all the gooiness will come back. But this is how I made the muffins. I will add the recipe down below. Obviously, I used self-raising flour, but if you don't have that, then let me know and I can give you the recipe to use plain flour instead of the self-raising flour. But this is how they turned out. I was really happy with how they turned out and they was very nice. So yeah, let me know if you give them a go.